Hello, beautiful souls. I was about to write, and it was like, no, just make a quick video talking a little bit about the things I've been going through and some of the messages that keep coming in. I had surgery like a week ago, and today is the first day that I got a really good night's sleep, and I'm really feeling more like myself. I don't know why I am super sensitive to energy. So why would I think that being under general anesthesia would be easy? I'm the kind of person that, even soaps or anything, I get rashes and I'm just sensitive to all chemicals, all things. So this was a bit of a rough patch to run all of that through my system. And I finally am starting to feel like I'm here in my body again. Wild. Anyway, so the message that was coming in a little bit ago, and I started to write, and I wrote a little bit, but I wanted to talk about more. Are you feeling the squeeze? It's interesting for me. I am definitely feeling the squeeze in many different ways. I have a lot of things piling up on my to-do list, and a lot of them are things I do not want to do. Oh, and speaking of which, I got to get my other nose ring in. I never took my other one out before. It's a flat back. So anyway, I figured out I got some ideas of what to do to get it in. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go see my piercer. So anyway, you know what? That's a big part of what's been going on for me. I don't want to have to rely on anyone else to do this kind of stuff. And the reason I'm, lots of things have been happening. I have a whole long list of things that I have to take care of today, and very few of them are things that I want to do. So my cabin was broken into sometime over this last several months, and I have just been in this weird stage. And I've talked about it a little bit before, of this weird purification, isolation. Over the summer, I was gone a lot. So I ended up not doing my usual things, which my usual things would be going up to my cabin, you know, cleaning, doing the things I need to do out there, spending time alone in the middle of the national forest. But I just didn't get a chance to go up there since like the very beginning of in like April or something like that. So of course it got broken into. And I had to go up yesterday. And the thing is that the things that were messed up in there are not things I can fix myself. I guess I could YouTube it, try to figure out, but it is, a lot of these skilled things that need to be done. So I'm feeling the squeeze, right? Like there's a lot of things that need to be done that are costing a lot of money. But as we all know, everything is costing more right now. So what I might have been able to have easily afforded to do another time now is not so easy. And I know we're all feeling this squeeze. And so a lot of people are getting overwhelmed, like with the amount of things that we're being asked to concentrate on, asked to do. I don't know about you, but I've noticed like even social media has changed. Like I used to like Facebook, but what I've noticed in the last little bit is like I don't even get to see the people stuff that I want to see. I noticed that why they like, especially with Facebook, but also TikTok or Instagram, I'm seeing people's stuff that I don't even know them. And it is a suggested account I should follow, but it's like stacked up. Like it's more of those than the people that I even want to see. The reason I'm getting on is to check out my friends, right? And some of them are real friends, and I'm trying to see what's going on with them. But I can't even, it's like they never show me their stuff anymore. And I know my stuff is also not being shown. It's so funny because when I talk about this squeeze, like a lot of us are feeling, and even me, is what I have to say relevant? Especially those of us that have been told, like, I know it's my voice, it's my tone of voice, not only the words I say, I have this healing presence, but I'm not being put out there, shown. No, even if I do my thing. So it leaves me feeling, and the word that kept coming in is despondent. And for real, for real. When I say squeezed, I mean a lot of people are wrestling with their faith, wrestling with their hope. Like people are like, what am I even doing here? Like a lot of people are awakening. And the idea that, oh my gosh, I work all these hours, I make this money, but then it's gone. Like the day that I make it, it's like, boom, all gone with a whole bunch of bills. And I still have more stuff to pay, right? It leaves us going, what in the world are we doing here? Wondering, how do we opt out? Saying, I don't want to play this game anymore. In the way that we've been playing it. In the way that we've been told that we have to play it. I don't want to play it anymore like that. And I have not been playing the traditional game for years. But it's interesting. So, not feeling well for like a week. And I know why. It was my surgery and blah blah blah. So I'm seeing very clearly how everything is set up against us as individuals. I'm like, who is this even for? And it's all an illusion. Arbitrary dates and times, and we know this is all a construct. It feels like we're getting squeezed. Where this overthinking is spiraling, right? Turning into an emotional response. Because that's what thoughts do, right? Thoughts, if left, it's like one of those Zen, whatever meditations, right? The idea with thoughts is to not attach to them. But once we attach to them, then energy emotion in our body, emotion, that can be harnessed. Either we can harness it or somebody else can. But a lot of people are not like savvy as far as their own energy goes. So they're like churning up all this emotion and they're totally being siphoned. That is what loosh is. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's really important to calm yourself. And people might be like, hey, you know, my daughter's texting me from school. Pick me up. No, I'm not going to right now. But anyway, it's like what I'm also realizing is that a lot of people, there's so much, is it duality and polarization are the two. So like what I mean by that is that one thing can be true on your journey at a certain point in time. And then the exact whatever seems to be opposite can also be true later. Things are not linear. It is not one side versus another. It is not like that. So the reason I say that, when I say it's really important to calm yourself down, some people, well, you're bypassing, you're doing this. No. It's important to realize that you are responsible for the energy that you bring into a space. I'm not saying disassociate, whatever, right? I'm saying you are in control of your emotions. Are you? What do you believe about this? This is the time to figure this out because I see escalation. Here's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, well, this is, these timelines are set and this is coming. No, it's not. Nothing is set. I promise you, there are options. There are timelines. We are creating our way forward, co-creating our way forward. We do have, sometimes to share these timelines with people. Like, I said, my cabin got broken into. So I had this jerk who disassembled my generator, disassembled my inverter, disassembled my battery bank, tried to get up on the roof and take off my solar panels. Like, disassembled all of this stuff. What a jerk. Now, he could have been worse. He didn't leave the front door wide open. He shut it on his way out. He could have broken down the door. Instead, he uninstalled the hardware. But what's weird is that what within me, so a certain way of thinking, and this is the new age bullshit, what within me attracted this experience of thievery and, what? No, sometimes, we just cross paths with these people that are not like us. And how are you going to handle it? Are you going to allow it to send you into a tailspin? Because let me tell you, this is a pain in the butt, big time. I mean, in a normal week, it would have been easier. But coming off of surgery and not feeling good and having to deal with this and, not even sure at first what was going on, I watched myself, the spinning out, the imagining of the things that could be wrong. I see how it works. It is very important that we take time every day to calm ourselves, to quiet our mind, to, maybe even figure out what is important each day that we do. Yes, we have work, we have things we have to do, but prioritize. because we are being asked to do a lot right now. Obligation, 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 things we don't necessarily want to do, plus the things we do want to do. And you know what? It's okay to put those things we do want to do at the top of the list and to push things off. Just don't push them off indefinitely. Don't forget about them if they're important. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you can. There'll just be consequences. So I just see the squeeze. I see a lot of people are worried for themselves financially because, like I said, everything is more expensive. And there is, it's interesting because, there was all this. For me, I get my health insurance on the marketplace. And so, there was all of this hubbaloo. Hubbaloo? What do they call it? Hubbaloo? This thing about, oh my gosh, it's going to be exponentially higher, this and that. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it. That's why I'm doing all my health stuff I need to do right now. But the stress of that, plus now all of this government shutdown stuff, all of the people that aren't able to get the government assistance that they've been getting. I don't get any, but I see a lot of people being very, very, very upset. And I mean, not even the people that get it themselves. It is like a battery. Like they, even, and people are like, oh, well, you just don't care. So, if it doesn't affect you, then no big deal. I'm like, no, I don't like this at all. But I don't see how me being outraged is going to help. What can I do? I can do my own part individually to help people that I know that are going to be struggling, because that's going to happen. And I tell my daughter, I'm like, wow, things are not going to be, as easy for a lot of people. Everything is going to feel harder. It's like they're turning up the density even more. And so we are being asked to help out individually wherever we can. And at the same time, for me, I'm being asked to help out, but I'm also being asked to honor my own needs first. So, like with the surgery, I've just needed to be quiet. I've needed to rest. I've had a lot of people with very similar energy trying to demand my time and attention and help. I'm sorry, I'm not available. I'm not always available. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I have my own thing. And when we're barely making it, do not grab onto me to help me bring you to shore. Financially, whatever way, it doesn't matter. Energetically, I've had a lot of people grabbing onto me energetically, and I am just, my vitality with this surgery was not optimal. And normally I'm great. Normally I'm like an energy, I'm a manifesting generator. I have a ton of energy, like a freaking power plant with lots to give, lots to share. And that is my default, but that doesn't mean that it's all the time that I can do that. We're being asked to pay close attention to our state of ourselves and whether we're going to be cannibalizing, and I've said this before, weird, cannibalizing ourselves for others and making ourselves sick and depleting ourselves to the point where if this density continues to increase, continues to get harder and harder, we're not going to be able to pull ourselves out of the muck and the mud and the mire. So all of these things can be true. We need to, help other people when you can. If you are divinely inspired to help somebody, do it. Don't let your programming, your conditioning, oh, they're probably going to spend their money on this or that. Who cares? If somebody needs help, you can help them. I know that idea has been coming up for me so much lately. Stop judging, lest you be judged. It's all bullshit. What do I care? And then I see people. Here's the thing with judgment that I've noticed, and even in myself. When I get into this place of judgment, whatever, there's always hypocrisy involved at some point. I'm not kidding. And it's a blind spot. And so the more inner work we do, we begin to notice the hypocrisy in ourselves, the things that we're sorry, we're never, and then you're like, oh my God, that's what I'm fucking doing, right? And then you notice it outside of yourself too. It's all a joke. So stop judging. Because we are all trying to do the best we can. And I will tell you what, the guy that stole all that shit from my cabin, fuck him. What a pain in the ass for me to deal with. Stealing from me, oh yeah, she's got all this. No, I do not have all of this. I have enough. Stop thinking in these terms. Focus on being the best person you can be in this moment. The most authentic, whatever that is. Maybe you're pissed off. Fucking create with that energy. I don't know. Express it. Maybe you're sad, then cry. If you're happy, dance. If you are stressed out, breathe and get clarity. Get clear on what is important to you and what do you need to do right now. And for me, it's been reminding myself that I am safe. I am safe. A lot of this weird anxiety collective bullshit is not about right now. It's about in the future. And so you don't need to entertain it. You don't need to. There's nothing you can do right now to prepare for that. And when I say that, my team's like, wow, make sure that you have emergency supplies. Yeah, duh. And know that I am safe. Right now I'm safe. I am warm. I am divinely guided and I am divinely protected. And the more I remind myself and remember that that is true, take a deep breath, hold it, let all that stress go. It's not about right now anyway. They want you to be freaked out. When you're freaked out, you look to somebody, anyone else for answers. You start buying to trying to fill this void. Stop. Become very deliberate and very intentional with your attention, your energy, your money, all of it. I am starting a podcast. This whole project dropped in, all of it. And then I had surgery like 3 days later. And I'm like, I have all of these things all ready to roll. I just need to sit down and do it. And then I'm called to come here and do a video here on YouTube. Life is funny. So I'm following through. We'll see. Like I said, today is finally the first day where I really feel much better, like physically, and mentally, energetically, because that general anesthesia just threw me for a loop, man. But today I feel much better. So anyway, sharing is caring. So here I am. I love you guys, and I will be back with more. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. And if anything that I just said resonated, because I tell you what, a lot of us are going through this thing right now of wondering, do I just turn all of this media stuff off and go away? What does it even matter? Love you guys.